Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another dating in London video. It's not the Tinder one because I still need to figure out how to change one detail, but I've been dating, so things happened. So I'm gonna tell you this story that happened about a month ago with a guy that I met through another app called Inner Circle, and that app, like, you sign in with your LinkedIn and they have to approve you, and some people don't even get approved. Like, you go in and it's like CEO, manager, like lawyer, like people that you think are like high class people. And I thought, my thought process for that was not so much like find like CEOs to date, it was more like I'm in marketing, it might be easier to find someone who's like in my field, we might have things in common, let's find someone else in that field. So the moment I got on this app, I got like 40 messages. It was a bit like, it is overwhelming. I don't know what the situation is for like every girl on that app, and a few people that I was responding to, like within 3 or 4 messages, were like, let's meet, let's go out, blah 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 blah. I said yes, but I only went out with one guy, and that's the guy the story is about. So this guy was into sales, so he sent me a couple of messages. A lot of his messages were like not paying attention to what I was saying at all, and on his profile he also said that like, let's meet in person, I'm not interested in talking online. I just thought that he looked interesting, so we exchanged numbers. He asked me something, like immediately he was like, can I call you? I was like, no, I'm with friends, don't call me. He then said, okay, let's meet up, when are you free? I was like, yeah, I'm free on those 2 days. Then he didn't say anything. Then the next day he was like, so when are we meeting? And I was like, okay, let's do Tuesday. And then he was like, no, let's not do that, I'm not free anymore. And then I was like, okay, let's do Saturday then, because that was the only other day I was free. And then he was like, okay, let's go to an art gallery, which one do you want to go to? And he gave me a choice between the Saatchi Gallery and Tate Modern. I said, like, I've never been to the Saatchi Gallery, so let's go to that. So that was like Wednesday at that point when we said that. And then Friday night, I was supposed to go out. I don't remember to what, but I had plans, and then I didn't feel very well. I was like, I can go out now and be very sick tomorrow, or I can like stay warm and get over the cold and be okay for the next day. So he calls me at 9 p.m. after I had literally texted him, yeah, I wasn't feeling very well tonight, I'm staying in so I can be okay tomorrow. And then he was like, yeah, can I call you? And I was like, okay, fine. He calls me, and his first thing was like, well, why don't we move the date to now? And that's 9 p.m. and I'm in pajamas, lying down in bed, not feeling it. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to go out right now. And I'm like, well, we said we'd go out tomorrow, and I didn't even go to my original plan because I was falling ill. And yeah, anyway, he's like, no, I'm not going out right now, we'll meet tomorrow like we agreed. And we talked about like food and work and things like that for about an hour. The conversation was fine. Towards the end, I mentioned that I cosplay. He didn't really know what that was, so I was like, yeah, Comic-Con, superheroes. And then we hung up and we continued texting, and he keeps asking me about cosplay, which is okay. I cosplay, I'm open about that, it's not something I hide. And I'm telling him that like, yeah, like last year I was Ariel, I love being a Disney princess. Kids get really excited when they see me and they hug me and they think I'm the real princess. I absolutely love that. That's one of my favorite things about cosplay. So his response to that was, I would like to have sex with you and you wear the underwear that matches the costume of that princess and the wig, and we'll have sex. And I was like, literally my message above is how I like children, that they get excited with seeing a princess, and your response is actually having sex in the princess outfit. And I was like, maybe not. And then he sent me some pictures of some girls with sexy underwear. I was like, okay, they look good. Yeah, I would wear that in general. But like at the back of my head, I was like, yeah, I think he's taking cosplay the wrong way completely. That's not what I do. That's not why I do it. This is not going well. Anyway, because I thought it would make a good story. I wanted to see how this would play out. So I still went on the date on the next day, where he messages me on Saturday morning, like an hour before the date. Can we push the date an hour? And also, instead of the Saatchi Gallery, meet me at London Bridge, which is closer to where I live. And I was like, if you think I'm going home with you, you're not gonna be right at that at all. Anyway, I was like, okay, let's do that. And then he was like, instead of Tate Modern, let's go to the White Cube Gallery, because they have an exhibition. And I was like, okay, sure, I like art, I'll go and see the art with you, that's great. I go there, we meet, we go to this gallery. The exhibition was a bit, okay, it was like neon splatters of like paint in very beautiful colors, but it was a kind of like a rave party is the best description, because they had a DJ live playing like rave party music with these neon paintings around. It was cool, it was like different, that was okay. We left the art gallery in about like half an hour because it was like a small room. We go to a pub, we sit down, we order a couple of drinks, we are talking about cooking and dogs. Like he's showing me dog videos and we talk about pets and like nothing sexual. He doesn't make any moves, he doesn't even touch my hand, like nothing, zero, like I didn't think we had chemistry, but it was like, it was a good conversation about cooking and dogs. Great. So he gets up at 5, and that was like between 3 to 5 where it was exhibition and drinks. He gets up at 5 and he says, I'm meeting a friend now, I'll just walk you to the station and leave. And I was like, okay, well, fine. And we walk to the station, he goes into the other way and I go through London Bridge. I decide that I'm hungry at that point and I don't want to go home yet, so I go and get sushi and I walk down South Bank and I just sat somewhere and had my sushi and was just having fun, going for a walk. I had a 2-hour walk, so by that time it was like 8, half 8, and I decided that I'm gonna go home. So I had walked between London Bridge and South Bank. I crossed and I went over to Embankment. While I was in Embankment about to get into the tube, I see that he's texting me, where are you? And then he tried to call me again and I didn't respond to that. I was like, no, I'm just gonna take the tube and go home and reply later. And then I go home, I was really tired, I fell asleep, like straight, like passed out in bed at like 9 p.m. and I wake up at midnight and I see a text being like, well, okay, it was fine meeting you. And I respond to that, what do you want? Like, you didn't tell me that we were going to meet up again tonight. I didn't expect that, like, you went off and you want to meet me again. I just went home and slept and had dinner by myself before, like, what's the deal? And then he's like, oh, I just wanted wine and kisses, and why don't you call me an Uber to come to yours? And I was like, I'm gonna go back to sleep, so good night. And I basically like turned off my phone and went back to sleep. And I never heard from him again. I did not expect to hear from him again. Honestly, that was a weird day. Like, and what I don't understand is who, like, you go on one date, you don't touch the person at all, you talk about cooking and dogs, and then at midnight you're like, call me an Uber. I wouldn't call an Uber to a guy I've been dating for like 6 months. Like, if you call me at midnight wanting to come over, first of all, you're not invited. Secondly, if you were invited and it was a situation of you missed me at midnight in like 6 months into a relationship, call your own fucking Uber. I'm not paying for an Uber for you, and with this guy, I don't even want you to know where I live. I'm not calling you an Uber. Do you know how much an Uber from London Bridge to mine is? 20 quid. Why does that guy think he's worth 20 quid? Oh my. Everybody I've said this to is like, some girls would have done it, and I'm like, if any of you out there would have done it and would have invited this like weird ass guy back to yours after this one date, like, put your head under some water. Why would anyone say yes to that? Because I bet that for him to think that that would work, it has. Girl, don't do that. That is bad. So bad. So anyway, never heard from this guy again, and I'm glad, because if he had tried to like message me again, it would be like, I don't know what girls we've met. This is not how you treat people. This is not how you behave, and you needed to be taught a lesson, and lesson taught. I don't know if it was lesson learned, but holy crap. Do not Uber guys to your house in the middle of the night. That is the moral of this story. Ow, ow. One day I will break a tooth by drinking tea dangerously. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this story of my dating adventures in London, and I have more. One day I might run out of stories, but we are not there yet. So for now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, watch some other videos, watch my other dating story time, and I will see you in my next video. I love you very much. Bye!